just pigtail on the connection between the two of you, which is healthcare, and go to Rose next. Rose, you have engaged in youth empowerment and digital policy. How do you see cross-sector collaboration between healthcare, technology, and policy playing a role in building a workforce that is resilient, equitable, and future-ready?
Yeah, that's a great question. And as Jen mentioned earlier, I had the opportunity and the privilege to work with her on the Kids Online Safety Act. And I think at the center of what you were asking about is a level of digital security and also sustainability in the types of systems we're creating, not only in the for-profit sphere, where I spend most of my time with house call, but also in terms of legislation and the type of policy and law that's created. And when we think about policy, I often think we're looking at the world today. But when you create policy, it's really having an impact on tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean several years from now. Often, legislation sets the guidelines that will actually come into play when it's the minutiae of those situations in reality and in practice come to the courts, to common law, in the US in this instance. And I think often a mistake that can be made is thinking about how will these things affect us today. But what we really need to be thinking about, and what I hope policymakers are thinking about when they're crafting policy and legislation, is what will this look like for tomorrow? And if the types of systems that are created in policy need to apply to the world that will be created 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And when I think about the type of innovation and sustainability that's needed, it has to be across industries and collaborative in order to consider what could exist in the future. So for me, when I think about my background in cybersecurity, the work I've done with Promly, and the work I'm now doing in technology in the healthcare space, across all of those things is that type of system thinking for the future, as well as a focus on data privacy and digital and physical security and health of the people around us, both in the workforce, but also the people those workforces serve.
Thank you. I love that you mentioned a systems thinking approach integrated with healthcare innovation, sustainability, and policy. That's amazing. I think that we should.
A lot of buzzwords in there.
We should use systems thinking to fill more gaps.